All right, it's time for that big job interview. You know the drill. You know the questions. Let's review. Where did you work before? What are your strengths? Did you ever spend any time in prison? Relax, all you convicts out there. If some criminal justice reformers have their way, that nasty little item won't even come up. They want it banned in all government job interviews. I guess they figure if you've done the time, why waste the time asking if you did? Well, because attorney Keisha Hebben says that employers have a right to know. Even a fellow attorney, Deborah Blum, says they have no right to know. Why don't we have to know, Deb?
Well, this is only in public sector jobs, and it's not for all jobs. But let me give you an example of clients that I represent. They're from low-income neighborhoods that are very violent. They join gangs to protect themselves because they basically have no choice. Then they end up with a criminal record. And the rest of their future is pretty much ruined because they can't get a job.
But they served their time. They've done a thing.
They served their time.
All right, Keisha, what do you think of that? That's an unfair scarlet letter.
I totally disagree. I came from a low-income neighborhood. I didn't join a gang. I didn't commit a crime.
Were you ever in prison?
No. I went to law
Tell the
school.
truth.
I made something of myself. And Neil, that's why we have expungements. You can expunge your record if you, depending on the crime, and also if you are free of crime, criminal activity.
But what if I asked you? Let's say you did serve time, and I asked you that question outright.
Well,
you have to answer it.
And I think you should, because depending on certain jobs, you can't have certain people in particular jobs where there's high sensitive information.
I don't know. I know
issues.
some of our broadcast competitors, that's actually an asset.
It's only 1 in 4. It's 1 of 4 Americans
What's
have
wrong with employers just wanting to know?
Well, what they're proposing as one of the reforms is that after they do an initial survey of the individual and interview them, then they could ask them, and the potential candidate will have the right to explain themselves and what happened in the past.
But you're arguing it's not fair to have them explain.
Well, they could explain, and it's not for all jobs. So if somebody's collecting garbage or doing secretarial work.
So you're sorting it out.
But you know what? One of the things I want to point out is when you do have your record expunged, if someone asks, have you ever been convicted, you can say no.
But it's not
easy. I don't think you can ever expunge evidence.
But
you can't. And you have to hire somebody to do that for you. So it's not so simple.
I do expungements all the time. And yes, with this new online technology, Google and find out, but once your record is expunged, it gives you the ability to say no, and that's why we have the expungement
But
system.
you'd be lying.
But in other countries,
that's why you have it expunged.
So you switch from the expungement thing to just lying about it.
Because it gives you a second chance. If you're convicted of a crime one time,
So you should go to prison just for that view.
No,
definitely not. Have you ever been to prison? It's terrible. But also,
wait a minute, what, you have?
yeah, both of us have visited clients in prison.
Again, with that serving that. But you're basically, I think this has a very good chance of passing. I think the president would sign something like this.
I think that he would. People are really excited about it. It's happening in a lot of cities across the country.
Yeah.
People have the right to work, and when you have a criminal record, that prevents you from being a tax-paying citizen.
But leave that to the discretion of the employer, depending on the type of job.
Thank you very much. In the meantime,